All right. Hey, here we are live with our players who have recently just been sucked down a portal into a new dimension. Welcome, everybody, to Nat21 Adventures, the Grand Patreon Saints game. I love saying that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was in Louisiana so often and there was always a Saints game going on. And so now I'm always happy to say it's the Patreon Saints game. And so if you're watching, this is what we are. We have lost one of our players down into the portal, I suppose. But one of those things, I'll just talk about this. I see a lot I'm on like several Dungeon Master groups on Facebook and various places, and they're always asking for advice and like, what do I do with a player who can't make it or you know, whatever, or he's always late or something. And I'm like, I feel like, I mean, maybe it's just I had so much experience with that as playing in high school when somebody couldn't make it or had to go to work or got called in for something and just missing, zipping, you know, in and out all the time. And I was like, I have 1,000,001 excuses of why someone is not there tonight. And I've never been lacking in the, you know, it got sucked down a portal. The giant worm ate him. The lions ate him. You know, so it's like
got kidnapped by Sagan.
Yeah, I mean, all sorts of easy techniques. 1,001 answers for. And hello, Third Dave. Welcome to the Twitch channel. We are going to start with dramatically one less player. Bum bum bum.
But you know, the only thing that is honestly sucking for me is I can't go up to Aguilar now and go, can you fix my Warhammer?
Oh, right.
Or have words with him for accidentally falling into the water and dragging us to this different place.
Accidentally, absolutely, on purposely diving into the...
Yeah.
Because somebody said, well, if he were to go limp...
Yeah, well, all right. I will be right back. I got to go downstairs and get Mom to be able to view the live video because apparently she is not getting Twitch to say that you're live.
Oh. Well, we are on Twitch right here and going to YouTube.
Yeah, I know we're on Twitch because I'm the one who posted the comments.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And I'm on Twitch over here as well. Ooh.
So I will be
I
right
just
back.
opened it in the second window and...
Oh, she said you got it now.
All right. Bum, bum, bum. Well, and of course, the day that I got all of your names on the... All right, I got Action Cam. There we go. Well, we're close. See, I need one more screen to be on to bump your screen over to the right place.
Yay!
It's like, dang it. Of course, the one day that I finally get everything all squared away. All right. Well, and the Action Cam. Hello, Action Cam.
I'll just have to be all the way to this side of my screen.
That's right. All right, my friends. Well, for the people watching over there on Twitch, my name is Paulo Garbanzo. I'm the Dungeon Master here on Nat21 Adventures. We have our Grand Patreon Saints game, which is a whole nother campaign of adventurers happening simultaneously while our other group plays as well. And this group meets once a month. You can join our group on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Nat21Adventures. And you can join in the fun. You also can actually affect the game right now today just by watching on Twitch. You can use your loyalty points to actually give our players critical hits, misses, successes, failures, advantage, disadvantage, a -5 or a +5 if you'd like. And you can give them to the Dungeon Master as well, just before I roll anything, as just as easily as you can give it to some of those players. And this was from last night's game. The chandelier that fell on the half orc there. And but over here we have our players who seem to be mixed up with some other miniatures, which I'll square away in just a minute. Ignore those miniatures. They may or may not be for this game. You don't know. You don't know. I'm just gonna take these and put them over here. And then
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
that's right.
Print screen.
All right, your merfolk is gone. All right, and all right. So, there we have.
All I know is one of the Chaos Lovers thankfully can't do anything because I don't want it being directed against me with my own saint powers.
Right. All
So
right.
it doesn't mean she can't do it against you two.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get this little square. All right. Well, you recall this little portal. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There we are.
No, I don't want to recall it. I don't want to remember it.
Recall knowledge on Portal.
That's
Oh, wait,
right.
we're still in it.
Yes, we are.
Well, my friends, let's begin this adventure. Once again, welcome everybody to our Twitch channel, our Twitch stream. Speaking of streams, our 4 players, last we saw, had delved into the bubbling caves and the bubbling islands off the coast of Magecroft, and they delved far down into these pumice stone caverns and found a portal. Now, of course, they knew it was a portal because Alcibiades, the Leonin Ranger, is a planeswalker and could tell that these places were plains. And trickling down kind of a waterfall into a swirling whirlpool that sprayed rainbow mist out of it. They knew this was a portal to another dimension. And their surprisingly absent merfolk friend, after tying everybody together with a rope so that no one would fall in, he dove in. And as the rest of the party attempted to try to not fall in, a few poorly timed bad rolls later, they were all in the whirlpool.
Yeah, the double nat ones from Point and I.
Oh, that was
Horrible timing.
yeah. But hilarious.
And realized, we had gotten boarding passes for that plane.
Yeah. Oh. Don't think I don't have the sound effects ready for you guys.
That one was just for Pip would have been proud.
Oh, that's right. That's true. All right. Well, in you go. You get sucked into the whirlpool and you swirl through. You get pounded down by thousands of gallons of water to the bottom of some pool. Wham! You hit the bottom of it. You crawl away, holding your breath with all of your might, and crawl out into some very strange new world. And you're in exactly. You're in some sort of lake, a waterfall behind you. Perhaps you came through the waterfall. It's maybe 100 feet up. How did you survive? No idea, except for
magic.
Planar displacement, I suppose. Chalk it up to that, and maybe just a little bit of magic, bigger magic, serious hardcore magic, all over magic. No. Anywho's, so you crawl out. You get away from this whirlpool and this waterfall, and you seem to be in a strange cave? Question mark. It feels like a cave. You feel as if you're in a gigantic cavern. You can't see the ceiling because the fog that is all over the place. You can only see maybe 40, maybe 50 feet tops, and then it's just soup. You look up, and maybe you can see some walls stretching up 40 or 50 feet, and then the fog is just solid. But for some strange reason, you can still see. Now, you can't see any light sources, but somewhere there is a light, and it's like a heavy fog on a kind of on a morning day where you can still see everything, but it's just a bit dim, and there is no light source visible. So just the fog and the bouncing of the lights through the fog just give you this soft glow. Alcibiades, as a planeswalker, give me an Arcana check.
Do it. Okay. 13.
You've heard of planes sort of like this, but there are multiple. So
Yeah.
meh. Meh.
So try and find the wall through the fog. Given that we're still all tied together, I think hopefully none of us will get lost in the fog. And see if does the wall look like the same sort of material as the cave we had been in?
So you can go left or right to find a wall. I mean, you can see that the waterfall behind you.
Yeah.
There is a wall. There's a big stone wall. It is a blue stone. It is absolutely unlike the stones that you saw before. The other stone was a pumice, more of a volcanic rock. This is almost lapis lazuli in nature, and almost all of the rock is made that way. And it is oddly also a sedimentary because there are stalactites and stalagmites, great columns hanging down all the way to reaching the floor and then going up into the fog above. And everything is wet. And you can see as you found the wall off to the one side, you can see perhaps some sort of bluish glow at about eye level. Up ahead, perhaps there are shapes, discs or some sort, but can't really make out what they are. Even your dark vision is clouded by this fog. It just
so Quint, does this look like a natural cave to you, or does it look like it's been worked stone, do you think?
I'd say to everybody, it looks like natural stone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, Alcibiades?
Yeah?
We've got a little bit of a problem. The other end of this rope that's attached to me, it's frayed, and Aguilar's missing.
Oh.
Again?
Yes, he's missing again.
That seems to be a common occurrence, and that has nothing to do with the arrow I may or may not have shot at the rope. So, I guess we gotta go find Aguilar. Move it.
Again.
Yep.
That wee lad has a problem with getting lost, doesn't he?
A little bit, it seems, or getting snatched by seafaring folk. At least I think this might be a seafaring type area. I mean, we came through water to get here. Yeah. So Do we go towards the light? I mean, usually that's a bad idea, but doesn't seem to be too many other options.
Well,
No, hey, is my computer?
I am.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should
I don't
definitely
know.
get our bearings and see where we are.
Okay.
you seem to be standing on the edge of a large, let's say, large lake. There is one stream out of the lake, forward and downwards off into the fog. The blue light, glowing light, seems to be off to the right. You can follow the wall along your left, and then it again maybe turns outwards and disappears off into the fog. So you could follow the stream. You could head over to the blue glowing objects, or find your own way through the left side, or try to crawl back up the waterfall. I don't know.
So stream or light?
Are there any signs of travel in the where we're at?
Give me a survival check.
Survival. Let's see. Survival. Okay, there it is. I rolled a 7 on survival.
Looks pretty muddy. Pretty. Can't really see any tracks or anything around here. You do find right on the edge of this pool of water a couple of bones that have sunken into the sand. That's right here. They've been there for who knows how long. They have no meat on them whatsoever. They're completely clean. You just might be a leg bone. Not sure.
Maybe we don't want to go in the water then. If the bones are picked clean, maybe that there's something in the water that might be hungry. So probably heading towards the light instead. Or do we have to cross? Do we have to cross the lake to get to the lights?
No, you're on the far edge of the lake, and if this was a very small picture of what you see,
oh, that's just reflection on it. I thought that was where the lights were at the left side of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you guys are on this edge of the water. The stream goes out forward. The blue lights are off to your right, and the waterfall right behind you. Right.
All
right.
So what would you like to do?
Heading towards the blue lights, I guess.
All right.
Yes.
You stay very close together because, again, the fog is so thick that as soon as you go 10 feet away from each other, you're like, you definitely see just how thick that fog is, because as soon as you have any distance between each other, you start to fade off, and you're like, all right, we're going to stick a little closer together. You take maybe 30 feet before you see a wide expanse of gigantic 3 and 4 foot tall mushrooms that each seem to glow underneath them with a blue light.
Blue luminescence?
Yes.
Fancy vocabulary word.
Um,
Especially for a guy who plays a drunken dwarf.
That's right.
Can I do a nature check to try and identify these mushrooms, or?
Sure.
Hey, I'm going to see if they're useful for medicinal purposes.
That would be a 19.
You're. Let's see. Well, if this is what you think they are, you're pretty sure you are. You know then that these grow naturally in what is called the underdim.
Under dim. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's just dim. It's not dark. It's just
Yeah.
dim.
This is-
You're like, oh, I've heard of these mushrooms. They have a name like Blue Umbrella or something. And you're like, oh, if these are those, then.
That's where we
Yes.
are.
Mhm.
So, I'll write that. I think we might be in the underdim. Based on these mushrooms. Don't know. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but I remember reading about them, and yeah.
What is the underdim you speak?
So it's not quite dark, but it's not really all that light either. It's just sort of like false dawn is sort of dim. The sun's not really up yet, type of thing. But there's still a little bit of light.
So this whole place is underdim.
Under dim, yes.
Welcome to the underdim. Dun dun dun.
I would rather be in Bartertown.
There's more things to, barter. So, Alcibiades, as you are examining this mushroom, and kind of like, when you touch it, you hear a voice from underneath say, "Oh, hello, hello."
The mushroom speaks.
He
The
touched
mushroom
somebody's
just
home.
talked.
Oh,
I didn't think mushrooms talked.
Look for a door.
Not the mushroom. Not the mushroom. It's me. It's me. And a actual blue, about 9 to 10 inches tall, maybe, little blue pixie with wings, flies up on the other side of the mushroom with a little spear.
Thank
Oh,
you
look,
for
it's a blue
taking the
flag.
image out of my head, Paolo. Because you know what I was thinking, don't you?
No.
Little blue lives in mushrooms.
Oh.
Smurfs.
No.
Smurfs with spears.
These are more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think what Smurf is supposed to be 3 inches. No, 3 apples high, which is such a what is that? How tall is an apple? Anyway,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it depends on the
anyway.
apple.
right? Exactly. It could be a foot tall. Who even knows? So, let me get my notes. Yeah. So this pixie flies up from behind the mushroom, lands on top. Ooh. That is not the sound effect. That pixies make this sound.
I was going to say, is that the elevator?
That's right. So the pixie looks at you. Oh yes, you, Leonin, and kind of like kind of trying to suss you out whether or not you're friend or foe.
Pixie is sus.
That's right.
Blue Pixie is sus. I just saw them pop out of a vent.
Exactly.
The pixie is among us.
So hi. This is your home, I take it, this mushroom?
No,
Or-
not this mushroom.
That mushroom.
Wait, I don't live right here. I live in the village.
Oh.
But where did you come from?
So
We
here's
came from
the
Earth.
thing. We came. There was this place called the Sunken Isles near Magecroft where we went, visited there, and found a portal, and accidentally fell in, and here's where we landed.
Okay.
So, do you know of any nearby portals that we might be able to get back home with? And we did have a Triton with us, but don't know what happened to him. So you didn't happen to see anyone else come through here, did you?
Not real recently, no.
Hmm. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, portals are wacky. And what is your name?
I am Alcibiades.
Hmm. Interesting name. I am Tumph.
Tumph.
Yes. I've been watching this this portal for a little while. Nobody else has come through recently. We get strange creatures popping through in and out.
Some stranger than most, I'm sure.
Yes.
So you're a Horizon Walker as well?
No, I just live over here.
Oh, okay.
But we have a lot of things coming through this portal. So I'm the guard.
And you're doing a good job.
That's right. So Magecroft, that's I've had people mention that. Hmm. Yeah, there are several portals around, but
Have you seen anybody go back up through this portal?
no, no,
No,
no.
no. Didn't think so. Uh,
No.
hmm.
We used to have a little shrine that could teleport people back to their world, but some giants knocked it down, took the gem.
Well, that's rude.
So yeah, sorry, couldn't help you, but
So, the shrine, if you got the gem back, would it work then, or does it need some sort of magic to fix it?
well, I hope so. I mean, they kind of pushed over some of the stones.
Well,
Were kind of important. So, but yeah, the gem powers it, and they took it for their own thing. Jerks.
yeah. So, give us 1 minute. Aguar, Plant, I think I know how we can get back. We just have to, get a gem back and make a deal with some pixies. It's making
Aguilar's
deals.
not here.
Oh, Argrax. I looked at the name and saw and yeah. So I mean, making deals with Fae always works out well, doesn't it?
Always.
Well, my patron is the Archfey, so that
Yeah.
might even score me some bonus points.
So even better, you already have a deal with some Fae, so making more deals with Fae will work out just fine. But you're shaking your head, pointing at no.
You really think that making a deal with a pixie is the same as a warlock going, "Oh, give me power"?
Yeah,
Oh, you have much to learn.
this is true.
Yeah, well, our options are still somewhat limited for us to be able to find our way out of here. And making some friends might not be a bad idea.
This is also true. And who knows? Maybe we'll get some cool powers like Argrax has.
Perhaps.
As long as I can get my Warhammer fixed, I'll be fine.
Tom, you said you're from a
Yes.
village. Do you have a
Mhm.
blacksmith at that village that might be able to fix a warhammer?
Blacksmith. What is that?
Works with metal.
Yeah, we don't really do that.
No.
Sorry. I can sharpen rocks, and I can tie rocks to other rocks. Ooh, I can
Sounds kind of effective. I mean,
and bone. I can like
bone
tie a
work.
rock to
yeah.
a bone, and then like you can stab people with it.
Yeah.
There we go, Puent. We can make you a bone hammer. Apparently, they
Well-
don't have the technology to craft or repair the weapons that we carry.
Well,
You realize that
it-
this pixie isn't wearing anything actually at all. Like, and you're like, huh. And actually, his spear is just a bone with a stone head on it. That is,
yeah.
like, huh.
Huh.
Obviously, these pixies are rather primitive, and maybe we might be able to provide some valuable services to them for who knows what sort of compensation we might be able to get.
Well, sending us home. They said they had the shrine with the gem that people were able to go back to their home plane with. But the giants stole the gem that powers it and knocked over some rocks, and so we just have to fight a couple giants.
Well, maybe we
Or
should
steal
go to
from
their,
them.
maybe we should go to their village and speak with their elder, or whatever equivalent they have.
Probably sounds like a good idea.
Tom,
All right. Yes.
show us to your village. We would like to speak with your elder or chieftain or whoever is in charge of your people, and maybe we may be able to help each other out.
All right. I mean, we're mostly an autonomous collective. We don't really have like a leader, but we have kind of a person who's a representative who is kind of voted on in a sort of monthly, like, let's just go. And
Let's.
Tom flies up off the mushroom and slowly zooms ahead, not to be lost by you. Toph does tend to stop, hover, look back. He does actually himself glow blue as well. So you can kind of keep an eye on him a little bit. But there are no paths because of pixie flies. You don't really need a... Yeah. And so you go a bit of a ways over some rocks, and you can feel just the overlying wetness of this place is just as the rocks just seep moisture. They just everything is wet, and there is some weird, strange vegetation that does seem to be able to grow in this dimness. That broad-leafed plants, and you're like, huh, this is slightly different. Nothing very dangerous looking. And you head on through As you cross over one set of rocks, you see basically a bunch of mushrooms and plants, but a swath is cut through them as they've been trampled, stomped on. And off in the distance, you do see a small, about 20-foot in diameter shrine made of large stone blocks, very, very like coarse, but very monolithic, like a tiny Stonehenge, and with a gigantic one-piece dome stone just on top of these big rectangular stones in a round formation. Some of the stones have been knocked over and pushed away, but the roof, this one gigantic piece of stone, still stays because there are several other pieces of stone supporting it. But a few have been knocked over, as you see it from the bare 50 feet away that you can see in these in this foggy climb. And you're like, huh, that must be that. Tom,
We're glad we didn't lose our stone guy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom looks over and goes, there's our shrine. I mean, they just came in and
Knocked it over.
yeah. Jerkwads.
Rude.
Very rude.
Our
Our villages.
Can that be repaired and put back together easily?
As a dwarf, you're pretty sure that it can be done.
It can be done.
All right, good. We may be able to secure ourselves a way out after we check out some more of this land.
That'd be great. So Tom flies forward, basically down the path that has been trampled by these, by whatever creatures he said they were. And
well, I guess anything will be giants to pixies.
yeah, super giants.
So are they even giants, or are they just another tall creature?
Yeah.
Maybe halflings. Who knows?
Well, we have a ranger who can look at the tracks and try to see what they are.
Yeah. That would be survival or investigation?
Survival.
That's cocked. Let me flatten that out. There we go. 18.
Oh, all right. Well, you do find one rather clear print, and it is a barefoot, not a barefoot like but a bear, B-A-R-E, foot, and it is gigantic. You know that. Well, I mean, you yourself are pretty big, and the Dragonborn is pretty big, and this foot is clearly larger than the creature that owns this foot is clearly larger than a Dragonborn. You figure if the foot is any indication, it's that this person has got to be maybe around 9 feet.
Only a couple feet taller.
Yeah. Close to 10.
So I can kneecap him.
Yes. Aim for the shins.
There you go.
Great. We got our Troy recreation dwarf.
Yes.
So actually are giants then.
Yes. Darn, I didn't take Colossus Slayer.
Nah.
No, but I do speak giant. So that may come in handy.
Nice.
What languages do I speak? Speaking of. Oh, nope. Okay. I thought I did giant. I did Minotaur instead.
Toph, flies forward again. You continue on down, and you see a kind of wrecked village of like there are rocks, the stalactites that are carved into where you can see that the pixies have made little coves for themselves. They also do have some mushrooms that they've used to make little layered buildings. You see little flower petal rugs everywhere, but definitely a couple of large creatures have come in recently, knocked over a few things, and destroyed a bunch of stuff. So yeah, you can clearly see that this village has been stepped on a couple of times. And Tom says, our leader, Silsey, she's over there. And he leads you to another pixie who wears a very tall hat, possibly made of some sort of strange flower. Not really sure. It's big and yellow. And Pixie turns around and yeah, more big folk.
Yes, big folk who might help you deal with your other big folk problem.
Top, who are these people? And Top's like, this guy is Alcibiades. I don't know who these other two are. They must be friends. They came through the portal, just like those other guys.
Other guys?
You said other guys? You never said any other guys before.
Yeah, yesterday there was more things fell through the portal.
What kind of things?
Some kind of thing that had tentacles, and then it was like, and it's kind of angry. And then there was, I don't know, they kind of like, I don't know, we call them squid rats. I don't know if you know what those are, man.
I don't think I've ever seen a squid rat.
No.
No. Not ringing any bells.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a couple squid rats, a big tentacle, like pet of theirs. I don't know. They were not in a talking mood. So. Like I said, people come through that portal all the time. Silsey says, well, welcome to our village. You've come at a strange time. We've been under attack by some giants. No offense. But we they live on the other side. And well, they've never been this bold before, and they stole our power stone and kidnapped a few of our villagers. Yeah, we sent a party off after them, but.
So, do you know where they're? Because that power stone, sort of fell through a portal and kind of like to get back home. Tom told us that you were able to use that to send people back to their home planes, and
we used to, yes.
What? So you don't happen to know where these giants are, do you?
Well, they're we call it the other side. They're on the other side. That's over there. It's the other side.
Yeah.
They're I believe Toph can lead you to their, well, at least to their bridge. It goes over a large ravine, leads to their little enclave.
Do you know how many giants there are on the other side?
More than 5? There's usually 3 when we see them. That's how they travel. And yeah.
Three, if they're giants, which footprint looks like they are when we saw it. Yeah, three's a lot. Three's a lot of giants.
Hmm.
So yeah, if we got this power stone for you, you think you'd be able to send us back?
Oh, if the shrine functions still, then yes. I and well, 2 others in our village have the power to use the stone and the shrine.
Of course, while we're over there, we get you back the other pixies who are captured. Like you said, or at least make a attempt at doing so.
That would actually be very, very wonderful, my friend. What was your name again? Alcibiades. And you are, pointing to you, Argrax.
I am Argrax.
Argrax. Ooh. And you?
I am Punt Battle Brewer.
Lovely to meet you. If you think that you can face these other giants and get any of our people back, well, we would be eternally grateful, and we would be in your debt, and we can give you anything that we have to have our people back.
So you said Tom knows the way to their bridge, at least.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you've seen this bridge. Is it like a rope bridge, a stone bridge, or
Tom says it's I guess it's a rope bridge with planks and yeah, like it's like it's made of, I guess, bones, and yeah, I have to say I don't know much about strange construction, but it does not seem real dirty, but I can get you there.
Giants are coming across it. It should be no problem for us.
Yeah. Except, can you describe the ravine? How big it is, or how deep it goes?
Well, it's got to be, I guess it's about 700 feet long, and it's probably about a good, let's see, 90 feet deep. I mean, yeah. I don't know how long they are. In your, like, he goes, 1 foot.
Yeah.
First, he's only this big, so.
It's probably about half that. Okay.
Still can make me another Moken.
Exactly.
I mean, I am wearing chainmail, so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it has to be sturdy enough to hold giants, but if they see us coming and decide to cut it, that's going to be a bad time for us.
Well, you keep saying giants. They could be a couple feet taller than you and still weigh less than you.
This is true.
Well, I mean, I know I've met people that are well taller than you and skinny as a bone.
Yeah, there were a couple of those skeletons at the beach.
Yeah, a couple of the pixies from the village kind of fly around you, just checking you out, like checking your stuff out. Silsey says, "Don't mind them. They are just intrigued by your fancy objects."
Oh, the stick thrower,
Hmm.
meaning my bow.
Yes.
Just throw sticks for me so I don't have to do it.
Ah.
Well, before we go and investigate this giant encampment, whatever it may be, I suggest we get ourselves a nice, proper rest.
Yes, because I'm a little bit out of spells.
Ah. And Silsey says, if only we had our power shrine, I could renew all of you in the blink of an eye. Ah.
That is unfortunate. However, we will only need about 8 hours, and then we will be ready to embark upon this quest for you.
Okay. Well, we can offer you water.
That would be appreciated. We have
Water would suffice. We
Yeah.
do some rations of our own to hold us off for a little while.
Great. Well, rest well. She kind of looks around. Says, maybe you can fit under that mushroom.
Yeah.
That mushroom will be just fine, thank you.
And so you kind of they kind of like find a little corner for you, and a couple of them bring little baskets full of flowers, and they just kind of throw them over you. And here, some flower petals. That's how pixies do it. Yeah. And they have a little guy has a little musical instrument. Musical instrument to lull you to sleep.
Yeah,
Very soothing.
yeah, thumbs down that tune.
Aw. Fine. He goes off. Breaks back a bagpipe. Some lovely pixie music.
Or
No?
hurdy-gurdy, which is the unholy love child of a bagpipe and a violin.
And a cat. Mm-hmm. All right.
Cue enter Sandman music.
That's right. There you go. All right. They let you sleep and rest. Get all your. They bring you things of water.
I will take the first watch.
All right. The village is fairly safe. Fairly safe.
Yeah, they keep saying fairly safe. Sure. They've talked about how they've been attacked by giants. I'm taking the first watch.
All right. All right. You actually get through the rest of the night. The night, the sun, the light never changes. It just stays the same. You, after a little while, you were like, I don't know what time it is. Like, you feel a little tired. You're like, all right, I should probably switch out. Maybe. It's just hard to tell. Waking somebody else up for the next watch.
Yep.
All right. So you go around,
Second one.
and again, I mean, you're like, all right, you count to 100, you count to 200, you just kind of watching the pixies do their thing, and like, it's just so weird. Like, cannot tell the passage of time at all. And after a while, you're like, okay, I'm tired. You just so you rotate out again. You're pretty sure that you're rested. It's just really hard to tell. But you do get your spell points back. You get your hit points back. It's very disorienting. So you wake up and you're like,
It is messing
Right.
with the circadian rhythm.
that's right.
I
And there you are.
didn't think there were cicadas down here.
Ooh, rock cicadas. Ugh. There's all sorts of things down here. Nice. All right, so there you are. You've got your points back, your hit points back. Toft seems ready to lead the way. Says, I'm ready when you are.
I think we're as ready as we'll ever be.
All right. So he leads the way, and you follow back through the path of the chopped and stomped on mushrooms, and you go past the shrine, which does seem to be pretty much intact. Just a couple of the columns have been pushed aside, knocked over, basically opening up the inside so that of this round circular shrine. And on the center of the shrine is a little plinth made of, again, just a big chunk of hewn stone. And on the center seems to be a divot in the center of the plinth. That is where you could put a gem or something, maybe. Who knows? So you head past that. Again, the fog still very thick. You can only see 50 feet ahead of you at the best of times. Sometimes it gets really thick and you can only see 30, sometimes even less, but they're about average 30 to 50 feet. Top flies ahead. You go, right, you're going to cross the stream, which is not, I'm going to say there's nothing, it's not so swift that's going to carry you away or anything like that. But why don't everybody just give me you can either do athletics or you can do dexterity, and just don't mess it up.
Wait, I have to switch to the thing, and that is a. Wait,
I got a
where's
19 on my athletics.
All right.
There it is. 15.
All right. And re-roll that Went and see what happens.
No, it's Argrax you're supposed to mess with.
It's an 18.
All right. You daintily ding, 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 make it across, hopping from stone to stone across the stream, and miraculously don't get wet at all. Argrax, you make it across. Wow.
Oh,
All
and
right.
someone just gave a -5.
Nice. And you had rolled an 8 before, didn't you? All right. So that is a 3. Wow, they are messing with you this whole time, Argrax. So you do actually fall in. You're like, rock is really slippery. It's just covered in some form of lichen. And, you got a +5. Argrax. Sorry.
So I'm back to 8.
Okay. Just barely. You are sliding through You're a little wet. Not terribly. You haven't lost your way or gotten washed downstream, but you got one leg pretty wet. Nothing terrible though. So you make it through the stream. You head on through some of the rocks, and again, it's this strange place, dimly lit. Strange sounds can be heard all over the place. Not really sure what they are. And
Rock cicadas.
rock cicadas. And there you stand in front of a creepy bridge. Oh, yeah.
That's a very suspicious creaky bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I am not liking that bridge at all.
Yeah, Tom's like, yeah, that's the bridge. That's, yeah.
So, can we see the far? Can we see the far side of that ravine, or
No, you
Not
can't.
really.
Not even a little bit. You do hear water rushing down below, and you can't see the bottom of the ravine either. It goes. You can tell your vision goes about 30 feet, and you can see the fog actually moving, probably because of the water rushing from right to left, and just you can see it like it must be pushing the air and pushing the fog on top of it. But it's farther than 30 feet and farther than 30 or 40 feet forward. So, there.
So, how much do you guys mistrust that bridge? And because we could also, climb down, walk across the bottom, climb back up the top, the other side. I mean, that would take longer, but yeah.
And the giants come back across this bridge all the time, I asked Toph.
Toph actually says, well, I've never actually seen him go across this bridge.
So then how do they cross? If they're on the other side?
Is there
I don't
another
know.
bridge, do you know, or
Not to my knowledge.
Hey, tracker, are there any tracks?
I can look. Ooh, that's a 23.
Oh, nice. So you're like, you back up, you kind of look around, farther back away from the bridge. And then you're like, oh, all right. Well, I mean, it was rocky here, but you do see, hang on. And if you go back up from the bridge and you kind of look off, I mean, it is foggy, so you can't really see too far,
Yeah.
but you're like, you look around and there does seem to be, not a path per se, but you maybe something has wound its way through here, and it goes to the edge of the ravine about 40, 50 feet away from the bridge itself. And give me a investigation check.
That is a Nat 21.
All right. Well, you're like, oh, hey, look, there's like handholds cut into the side of the ravine, and they go down. Now, these handholds are at a distance that some very large person, perhaps someone who was around 10 feet tall, would be able to use. So Puent, you'd have to try real hard to actually use them. Argrax, you could probably use them with only a small difficulty, and Alcibiades, slight difficulty.
So if we just
6 foot with paws, so
I mean, if we strap Puent between us and
I'm actually taking a look and trying to see how much of an angle this thing is at, and if there's any curves and turns.
or do we just yeet the dwarf to the other side?
You're not gonna yeet me.
More than 40 feet.
do the pixies have a catapult?
I'm looking to see if it's a straight go down or if there's twists and turns.
Oh, well, you can only see 40 feet down. It seems to go straight-ish. There's a little bit of zigzag to it, of course. They've used whatever the easiest rocks they could use. But again, you're like, oh yeah, it would be difficult for someone of your stature to use.
I'm not worried about the handholds.
Hmm.
I'm thinking about going and doing something like my namesake, Thistledorf Puent would do, and just be a battle rager and take the role.
Yeah,
That's what
kind
I'm
of
trying to see.
Kind of goes straight down, So yeah, that might be a problem.
Bling, bling, bling. Dwarven pinball.
How much does our dwarf weigh?
With armor, probably close to 375, I'd say.
I'm not that heavy.
I'd usually say like dwarves about like 250. They're just
At 4'6", there's no way I could be 250 pounds.
Dwarves are dense.
Yes, but have you ever seen anybody who's 4'6" be 250 pounds? They're very quickly in a 6-foot box.
I mean, Roller was, mostly rock.
they're magically dense. Magic.
That's why they sink when they fall off a boat.
And I was thinking it probably was about 75 pounds worth of gear at least.
Oh yeah, I mean,
chainmail's
just
probably
me alone, I'm 165 pounds. So that's not the shield. That's not the weight that I still have of the Warhammer, even though it's broken because I'm carrying it. That's not the chainmail or anything else.
Usually around, I think my chainmail's like 30-ish pounds. So.
Right. Weapons, all that other jazz, yeah.
Yeah, the chainmail alone is 55.
Oh, right. So yeah. 3 something.
I'm just shy of 300.
Yeah.
All my carried stuff is 135 pounds, and I'm 165. So I'm right at that 300-pound mark.
Okay, so question. If I have a push, drag, or lift of 300 pounds, could I lower him down and then lift him back up on the other side?
Yeah, if you were doing if you were using rope or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because I was just looking at my my weight capacities, and I can push, drag, or lift 300 pounds.
Where is that?
So that can be an option to help our dwarven friend out, since these grips are spaced too wide for him.
And I'm sure if we somehow, rigged something between the two of us, that would make it even easier. So, I mean, Stealth Killer really wants us to take the bridge, but only because Twitch is saying that the chat's saying to take the bridge. Now I'm even more certain we don't want to take the bridge.
Yes, because
Don't
I
worry.
know the points he has.
Don't worry, Stealth Killer. I'm pretty sure that whatever decision they make, you can mess with.
So
It's ban/ban.
So
All right, well, what would you like to do?
I think we take the Giants path of climbing down then back up. Probably safer than the bridge. Maybe. Who knows?
What are you thinking, Punt?
I'm a dwarf.
I know thinking's not your strong suit, but I can lower you down.
I was named after a battle rager.
You know, there is legend
Dwarf.
that a dwarf fighter long ago, when the party needed to descend a very long, creepy staircase that was dangerous, and they were like, all right, we're going to try to go down this staircase. And the dwarf boldly said, I'm taking the fast way down. And as they watched, he just leapt off the side. Now, he was like 14th level and actually could take 200 damage, which he did. But I was like,
I remember a dwarf that jumped in a hole in a passageway and took like 30 damage for a 10-foot fall.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
That dwarf wasn't none too smart either.
So, what I'm hearing is yeet the dwarf over the side.
You can lower. You can just lower him down.
Yeeted.
It's okay, Point. I can lower you down on a rope to the bottom.
All right. So, what's the plan?
Should either you or I go down first, Argrax, and then lower Point down, or?
Well, if I go down first, I can't lower him down.
He's got a point.
Yeah, fair point. So who are we sending down first? Me or Point?
I think you should go down first and act as a safety of sort.
All right. I will do my best to not get smushed by the dwarf if you drop him. I mean, catch the dwarf.
All right. So basically, this is an athletics check. It's for you, not that hard. Really, just have to get an 8 or higher. It's a fairly easy climb. If you were 10 feet tall, it'd be super easy. Just so there are a few moments where you have to stretch.
So that one's a 13.
All right, easy enough.
That one's an 11.
I'm sorry, you just failed, Alcibiades.
So.
And a -5.
Wow, they're just throwing it down. You know, I just want to point out that you could have waited just a little bit longer and there would have possibly been more chaos. But here we are. Alcibiades, you get a good 20 feet down, just on the edge of vision of the rest of the party. And that's when the auto fail with a -5 comes in. So what I will what's going to happen is the auto fail. You are slipping, and with that -5, you're going to need to make an athletics. I'm sorry. You're going to make a acrobatics check to save. and not actually plummet.
Cats always
And-
land on their feet.
Shah! All right, you're like, that's not a handhold. Ah! With all of your claws, you slide down just a bit and latch on to the next lower handhold. Oh, that's even with that -5, the Nat 20 saves the day. Once again, yes.
Cats land on their feet.
So now, give me that last athletics check, 8 or higher.
That is a 9.
Oh God.
I rolled a 5.
Woo. All right, you're like, yeah, this is great. This is all right. I got this, and you're right near the bottom, and you're like, how do I? There's like, there's no like foot. You're. Oh, nice.
Sorry.
There's no. You're like and so it's like, damn it, and you kind of do a big leap, swing over. Land on the bottom. As you know, a couple of rocks flew away out of your feet, and there you are. There's a little bit of a spot. It's probably 5 by something, just enough area to kind of give yourself a little landing pad there on the bottom. And again, goes up, into the mist. It really maybe can make out some shapes. You've come down maybe 60 feet ish. Hard to tell again.
Fine, guys. So climb's pretty easy. It's only like 50 or 60 feet. Everything's fine.
Ooh, we've got a watcher on
YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
That's right. That's actually my brother John. Hey, John.
Oh,
He taught me how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
And how old were you at that time?
Let's see. I must have been 8, I think. Yeah.
My cousin started me at 7.
Nice. Yes.
He started playing, and it became DM and went, you're going to learn how to play.
Yeah. I must have been 8 because I was already DMing my friends when I was 9. I was in 4th grade. So, right? 4th grade?
Beck me or basic?
Yeah. Oh, basic. Basic, dude. We didn't even know Advanced Dungeons & Dragons even existed. Elf was a class, and we liked it.
Yes, it was.
Back before THAC0 and...
I can't remember if Basic had THAC0 or not, but Advanced First Edition had THAC0 for sure.
Yeah, First Edition Advanced had. I don't remember about Basic.
Back in my day, a +2 shield would give you -3 to your armor class, and we liked it.
You really had to understand math and engineering to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, leave it to a bunch of war gamers. So, you shout up to the top. Argrax, Puent, you hear Alcibiades successfully making it to the bottom. Oh, what do you do?
we'll get Point rigged up and tied off with the rope.
All right.
And get him prepared to lower down.
All right. Now, Puent, you can latch on to a couple of handholds. It's just a matter of that there just aren't that many. So you can actually climb it. It is a much harder DC. It's actually, for you, it's an 18 instead of an 8. So if you'd like to just attempt to...
Hold on, what happened?
Oh no. Stealth killer.
Redeeming the critical for the rope to snap. All right, well, we don't know if he has failed this check yet. So let's see about this check. 18 or higher.
You better roll
athletics.
a 21 because that's the only thing that's going to save you.
23.
Oh, all right. You are more than halfway down. You have one more check to make.
That one's only a 17.
Oh, you are mostly down, and you're like, I can make it to that other. I can. It's just if I. It's so close. I can. And
Like
no.
Indiana Jones and the Grail.
Yeah, pretty much. Just so close. You and Argrax, you're holding on to him.
Uh-oh.
You're giving him some slack, and then it tightens, and you're like, oh, he's going for the and then there's a lot of slack.
Look, when I realize I'm not making that last one just for the looks of it, I am doing the tuck and roll.
All right. Now, at that very moment, as you are taking the fast way down, Alcibiades, I believe that you hear something behind you. And when I say behind you, it means from the water.
I'm back. Okay.
And were you gone?
Yeah. My internet connection. Everyone all of a sudden went black screen with a little white circle, and it said, "Your internet connection is moving a little slow."
You just seem to be just paying attention. So yeah, you
Like,
didn't disappear.
wait.
You were just like intently listening.
Everyone else disappeared.
All right. So Alcibiades, you hear a sound behind you from the river. You're not exactly sure what it is, but something is coming towards you. And being a ranger, I'm pretty sure that you have abilities not to be surprised.
Not at level 3.
Well, that's great. Then all you need to do is make a perception roll of 7 or higher, because this guy was not stealthy.
21, not natural.
Yes. Well, fortunately, the attempt at stealth by this guy failed horribly.
Disadvantage, Alcibiades. Roll again.
Oh no, disadvantage.
Oh. Ha ha! So it's still a 21, but because it's disadvantage, but the second roll happened to be
natural 21. All right.
It's either 21 natural 21 or a regular 21.
You are not surprised as you turn around, and from the middle of the fog, at first you're like, this thing is walking on water. And then you realize that maybe there might be some stepping stones in the water. And you're like, oh. But at that moment, you're like, this guy is really big and has an enormous reach. And his club is even bigger. So just when you were like, it can't possibly be in melee range, this club, like almost out of the fog. And that's not good. I'm gonna imagine that your armor class is not is lower than a 22.
By a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a 14.
All right. So you're like, you turn around, not surprised, and you're like, huh, that guy's really, whoa. And this gigantic club clongs you, just wong. Oh, man, that's not good. That would be 16. Blang! And just then, Quent, you are falling.
Fall on the giant.
You are actually. Well.
Or is he about to become a baseball?
Okay.
Gwent, you are actually. I just rolled, and you are actually able, as you're falling, and you're about to tuck, and you're like, I'm gonna land in the water. What is that thing? And there's a big giant. They're swinging, smashing Alcibiades against the ravine wall. You can land on him. You can attempt to land on him. Use yourself as a missile weapon. Or you can try to land in the water.
Catapult the
Oh,
door.
I am going after my namesake. Battle Rager time. I don't care that I'm just a cleric. And I'm
All right.
not wearing plate armor with spikes all over. I'm going for him.
All right. Roll to hit.
Point's now a wrecking ball.
You came in like a wrecking ball. To break.
Will a 19 hit?
Yeah. You're like, ah! Wham!
I don't know what kind of damage to roll, but you know.
Roll like, give me a, let's say 2d8, a 2d4.
Velocity times speed divided by unladen swallow equals what?
Right. 2d4. What do you got?
4, 7.
Nice. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna give this guy a save to see if he remains standing. And oh man, nice 18 there. Meow.
Oh boy.
Action cam. All right. So blam, you bounce off of him. You land back on that little 5-foot space, and he does not fall in to the river. And he's like, "What the? Where did that come from?" And this creature that you bounced off of is large, purple-skinned, has sort of like a one hump and massive arm, and you can see that, like, when you made contact with him, as you bounced off of him and away, you saw, like, on his hump on his shoulder, it actually has an eyeball on his shoulder, and it was like wide open and very surprised that you were there. And and as you like roll away from it, you're like, what did I just see? And also, you take a mere 2 damage from your fall because he broke most of it. Argrax, there you stand at the top of the ravine, holding a broken piece of rope, and you hear, ah, oof, ah, ah.
Okay, well, I obviously have an idea that something is not right. Might not be able to tell what it is, but it sounded like I heard a third voice from down there that is not one of our own. So I am going to attempt to kind of skip down the wall using my talons and claws to try to get down quickly and using my claws for grip for the purchase.
All right. For you, it would just be a difficulty rating of 5, but if you are going to try to make it quickly, you will have a -2, so it'll be 7. But still fairly easy as you're practically the right size for it.
All right, and this is going to be which?
Athletics. Athletic.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be acrobatics.
It might be if you slip.
Well, I have a +1 in acrobatics. I don't have anything on strength.
Hey, Stealth
all right.
Killer gave you a +5.
Ding! Somebody likes you.
For
That's
now.
good because I'm using that +5 to put me at a 9.
Oh, well done. Well done. All right. You zip on down. You are most of the way there. You'll be there next turn. Alcibiades, you are slammed against the ravine wall. Fortunately, facing your enemy and not facing the wall.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So, quick question, because I haven't played 5th edition D&D too much. Is there anything with if you take half your health in one hit, anything have it, or is it just that really
No,
hurts?
I don't do that.
Okay.
No, that really hurts. Like,
Okay.
No, it really hurts. The only thing you got to worry about is if you take double your whole health hit points in one shot.
Okay. Which,
yeah, I think you'd pretty be toast from there, yeah.
Yeah. There's no death saves. There's no nothing. It's
you're a pancake.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attempt this. So I'm gonna do my bonus action. As Daunting Roar. Which every creature of my choice within 10 feet of me that can hear me has to make a DC 12 Wisdom save or become frightened.
Okay. Duh.
Stealth Killer gave you an auto success.
Oh, all right.
Stealth Killer.
All right.
Oh,
well,
is Josh complaining about chaos?
No, this isn't chaos. This isn't chaos. This is just helping the DM.
all right. Well,
Well,
you roar, and just when you think that this giant creature might turn and run, it just it breathes in, but in a very strange way. It breathes in, it pulls its arms up, and you see that it has noses on its elbows, and it and you see its biceps get really big. Maybe it has lungs in its biceps? You're not really sure. You're like, what?
what did
You're a little stunned.
What did Dr. Frankenstein make this time? He put things in the wrong places.
And it roars back at you. Gah! Now that is your bonus action. What do?
I'm going to pull out my longbow and you know what? Just because it's really weird, I'm gonna try and shoot it. Put the arrow up one of its elbow nostrils.
Okay, it's gonna be a pretty hard shot, but all right.
So rolled a 19. That's longbow, but so 25.
All right. You tool. You do hit it in the arm, fairly close to its nostril. You even actually might have deflated one of its arm lungs. You're not really sure.
Its muscles are no longer as big.
Yeah, it just missed his nose. They're and but you did do damage.
So 10 points.
Oh man. Ah! All right.
Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. Bad eyesight. That's a 3. 5 points. That's a 3, not an 8.
All right. Yeah, that's a pretty good hit still. Right. It's not going to put up with that, and it's going to club you again.
Oh no.
Oh wait, and that is my that's my auto success. Bing. So it does.
No, that was used for the save.
Oh, the save. Right. All right. So 7, 8, 9. 14.
14 is my armor class.
Oh,
So I don't know if Ty goes to attacker or defender, but
they have to get your armor class. Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. As he doesn't hit you quite as hard as last time, but hits you pretty good. Go, slamming you back up against the wall again. Oh, as he steps onto the next stone, he is 1 stone away from you. Let's see. I guess we're all here. I guess we're action camming. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Action cam. I mean, we're all pretty much right there, so doesn't take a lot of work to see what's going on. But there you are. All right. Puent, you have hit the ground much more gently than you thought you were going to hit it. And thanks, Stealth Killer. And you you shake yourself. It's your go.
Sacred Flame, so Dex DC save of 12.
All right. Oh, how about a nice 6? There you go.
That works.
So he had seemed to pretty much, with this whole yelling back and forth thing, he'd seemed to have just forgotten all about you. And Puent, you just let him have it. All right.
That is 7 points of damage.
Blam, blam, blam. All right. All right. And Stealth Killer, right, I will use that next shot. All right. Right. So, Aguilar, I'm sorry. I, too, was looking at your name. Argrax. Get thee down the rest of this ravine here.
Yes. I need to get down. How far do I have to go?
I mean, it's it's slightly too much distance to just jump down and maybe not land badly, but so maybe like it's probably a good 20 feet to go. So you're like, yeah, you can't really just jump that, but you can still move fast. Again, you're if you just want to move, it's a DC of 5. If you want to move quickly, it's a DC of 8 for you.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, sorry, 7.
Like you making it harder each time?
This particular one. Just this one.
This
All right.
one handhold has claw marks in it from me.
And bam, that's at 15.
All right. That is your whole movement. You can still use your action.
Okay. So I guess I'm behind everyone then there right now.
Yes.
Okay, so then I don't want to breathe.
Yeah, probably bad idea, maybe.
So I will.
Wait, the action cam of the like rotating view. Dun 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 dun. It's fight. Dun 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 dun. Darn real things. Dun 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 dun.
I will cast Firebolt.
All right. That's Firebolt. Is that you roll to hit or it has to save?
That's a roll to hit.
All right, go for it.
And that is a crit.
Oh, nicely done.
With my +5 on top of it.
Nice. All right.
So that will be doing hurl motive fire. And it is going to be 1d10 fire damage. And all the other flammable stuff gets on fire. Actually, it is. Hold on a second.
Oh, we can do that command too. Okay.
I had to try it.
Yeah.
I
I
think
wasn't
it
sure
should
if
be
that
the-
was a mod thing only.
Can it be a Moop bot?
I thought that's what he was trying for, but might not have let him.
That's not what it says. Oh.
It says Moobot, not Moopbot.
Ah.
That's odd. On my page on D&D Beyond, the block on it says 2d10, but that doesn't make sense.
Is it a cantrip? Because don't they automatically get heightened to highest spell level?
It is a cantrip, but the spell's damage increases by 1d10 when you reach 5th level, which is 2d10.
Yeah, so it should only be.
Huh.
What is it?
Should
Fireball?
only be 1d10.
Yeah, it was just odd that looking at it, because I don't know if there was something special with how I took it as an ability that changed something or other, but 1d10 is going to be 5.
All right, and so you're getting and that's a crit, so it's double damage. And any other bonuses on that?
And you had a +5?
So anything flammable catches.
All right.
Oh no, wait,
So-
that was for the other thing.
All right, you you hit it just as it's breathing in. You hit it right in the face, and fire shoots out of its elbows. Ah! Ah! A little bit of its hair goes up. It smells pretty bad. Not too much there flammable for that guy, though. All right, and we are back to Alcibiades.
I'm going to do so. My bonus action is to do my Planar Warrior ability, which basically means I do 2d8 damage instead. And that is another Nat21 on my
Woo!
to hit with my bow.
Nice.
So, and so 7, and so that makes that 15, 17 doubled is 34.
Holy moly.
Hooray, pointer war, and that's all force damage now because of that.
As the giant moves in, bam! You nail it point blank. And it stumbles back. And I am about to use my advantage to not fall in the water. So here we go. 2 dice. I rolled a 2 right there and a 7, which is not enough to save him. Blam! As he takes a full blast from your bow and stumbles over the last rock and is taken downriver into the stream and gone. This, by the way, is not the same stream you passed before. This is not a trickling brook. This is a raging river, and it sweeps him away down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Sorry, stealth killer. I know. I can't believe. There they are. There's the rolls. 7 and a 2.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, he you may have dealt 25 to me, but I dealt like 40 to you.
That was insane. Oh man. Sorry, stealth killer. Yeah, just try better next time.
But by the way, when Point gets back, I think I have a couple cracked ribs or something. Yeah, I got walloped pretty hard.
Yup. Yeah, you did. Well, that was 1 down. Only entire village of giants to go.
Yeah, we may need to rethink this
Maybe only
plan.
2 more left of that group. See, I'm glad I didn't go first.
Yeah. But by the way, Punt, think I have a couple cracked ribs or something. I got walloped pretty hard a couple times.
Oh,
Well,
I think you're muted there. When you're muted.
So,
There we go.
is it down since I had to step away?
There you go. You're back. All right.
Yeah, our cat.
Okay, let's try this again. Is it still standing since I had to step away?
Alcibiades was saying that he was damaged pretty good by that
yeah,
that strange giant.
some cracked ribs. I think there's some bleeding, but it's all internal, which is where the blood is supposed to be, so that's probably fine.
I'll be fine.
All right, so I walk up to him, I touch him, and he gets 10 hit points back.
All right.
Because I rolled the maximum I can get for cure wounds.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right. Well, there you stand. One little platform of stone. You can see off in the distance of the foggy river that there are other stones, possibly, and they look part natural but partly carved to be stepping stones. Again, stepping stones for a 9 or 10 foot tall creature, not for a dwarf.
Does this mean we get to throw the dwarf between the stepping stones?
That's up to the dwarf, I think.
Well, I mean, it worked in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Toss the dwarf. You get under one arm, I get under the other. We like under the armpit and just launch.
Yeah, you really think I'm going to let you do that?
I was kind of waiting. I was like, boy, he sure is calm about that. All right, what's the plan?
Stealth Killer says Argrax should just carry Punt across, but I feel like that's a Stealth Killer trying to set up a situation to get 2 players with one crit fail.
The only problem is he's too heavy for me to carry. I'll become encumbered. I can push, drag, or lift his weight, but carrying drastically interferes with my walking ability. And it's already a slightly longer stride for us, which I guess that would probably just slow down our movement rate.
Probably.
Yeah, actually, Alcibiades, what's your dexterity?
Like the score or the modifier?
Yeah, just your score.
14.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure that you could do it. I mean, you just have to kind of like focus on each leap. Aguilar, you can do it like
There is
literally. I'm sorry. Argrax. It's so hard when you're looking right at it. It's A's. It's got A's. It's got G's.
Why with a triple A?
It's got R's. It's got R's. It's got all the letters except for the X and the L. Anyway, so you're like you know you could make it easily. Alcibiades, you would just have to like focus and as long as you don't have anything else going on around you, like someone attacking you with a club or anything like that, you could easily.
That would be fairly inconvenient.
Quent, however, just should have taken the bridge, I guess.
I mean,
How
I don't
far
know how
across
much
is it between stones?
I don't know how
What's
much stuff Argrax is carrying, like actually carrying Stealth Killer of.
Pwen, you'd have to. It's just far enough that you would have to make a series of like, again, it's not terribly difficult, but probably you can't see them all yet. But you're like, yeah. I mean, if you were to say on a scale from 1 to 20, how difficult would it be? And you'd say, well, maybe it would be like a athletics check of maybe like a 13 or so for you, but there'd be a few of them to make. So, yeah, like some of them are a little closer and you're like, no problem. But there's probably at least 3 that you'd have to actually like, yeah, you'd have to really try for. Damn.
So,
Just wondering how well I could place a crossbow bolt because they're pretty sturdy. It put some rope on that when I shoot it.
Well, if we get across first, we can put an anchor point up. That way, in case you did fall, you missed a stone, you'd be secured to the other bank, and the water would automatically carry you right to the shore.
Yeah, I was thinking of
because that's how we do the water rescue. Throw a bag out as you drift downstream. It's like a pendulum swing. Bam, right to the shore.
Yeah, I was thinking.
You'll be sopping wet, but you won't be gone wherever that giant thing went.
I was sort of thinking if I crossed and held the rope taut, that way even if Punt fell in, you held one end of the rope, I held the other. He could grab it and we could sort of catch him and help him get across that way.
Sally says walk across the bottom and pop up for air.
It's a little, yeah, that's maybe not.
I mean, he probably is heavy enough. He'd just sink right to the bottom, but
this river is strong enough that it's still gonna take him, or he'll end up like Moken.
Part.
Yeah.
Remember, I am 300 pounds with all my equipment. I am going to go down like a rock.
Like a giant with a club.
It's like Murphy's Law. You know something bad's going to happen. All right, so
I do not
that's
trust
not a bad idea.
Saints. I'm one of them.
That's right. I mean, it's not a bad plan with the rope across, and then just if you fail the roll, you just hang on to the rope, and there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So for that's going to be best for me to go across first because I can also use my trident that I took from the Sahaugen and use that as a anchor point as well. So between myself and that trident buried in the ground, that'll get that anchor point in case he does miss a stone.
I like that idea.
I do too.
All right. Argrax, you make it across. You get to the other side. The rest of you see him disappear into the fog, with this one end of the rope. Alcibiades, you're on the far end. You've got the rope. All right, Puent. So basically, it's there's 4 spots. Now with the rope, that's going to give you a little bit more of advantage. But it's a DC of 10 now, since you have a easier time of it. So there's 4 spots where you're like, all right, I'm going to hold onto the rope, and I'm going to jump as far as I can and maybe see what happens. And,
well, the first one, I get a 17.
All right.
I bed down.
Second one, I get a 13.
All right. Oh, you're like skitter on the edge of the. Okay.
That one is a 23.
Ooh.
All right. One more.
And that one was dead on 10.
Whoo!
Oh,
All right.
yes.
So the very last one, you're like, crap. It's really far. And you're just like, oh god, okay. You got one hand on this rope, and like but you gotta kind of like leap like there is no rope, but you still gotta be able to grab that. So you're like,
Give a little extra tug on the rope.
right? Oh yeah, because you can just see him now out of the thing. So you're like a little pull. Of course, Alcibiades is like, oh god, what's going on? Because he's on the other side. It's all fog, and you just like get that rock, and you're like, you would have totally gone in the water if you hadn't pulled on that rope. You make it back up on that last rock. Woo! There's Alcibiades. You hear a little bit of scribbling, a little bit of scrabbling, and then the rope.
And then he hears, Christ, justice, the fathom, the term, and the Holy Host.
All right.
Alrighty. And my turn. My turn. Then I'm guessing. And do I need to do any rolls to get across, or?
Nope. There's nothing. I mean, you've got nothing. Nobody is trying to attack you right now, so you're as long as you're like able to focus on each shot, basically get across. And all right, so you're now at the bottom of the ravine. There are handholds going up.
So,
Now, honestly,
Argrax, do you want to go up first, or you want me to go up first?
Well, can you lift this dwarf?
Where is how much I can lift?
That'll be equipment, weight carried, and then if you click it, it'll pull up the pop-up. And then it'll show in the top section where it's talking about encumbrance and then your current weight distribution. It'll show you what your carrying capacity is and what your push, drag, or lift capacity is.
Weight carried. All right, if I do view character on website, will that let me? Because in the app, it's not popping up.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't see that particular thing on the app.
what is your strength?
Yeah, what's your actual strength number?
Actual strength number is, flipping through screens, 14.
Oh,
So
he
that
can
means
usually
you
do it.
carry 200
okay.
pounds.
Because my strength is 10 and I can carry 150 and do, because for me that's multiplied by 15.
Okay, so it's your score multiplied by 15.
Is your carrying capacity, and the push, drag, or lift is twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
Thanks, Tabaka.
So my carrying capacity is 210, and I can push, drag, or lift 420. So yeah, I should be able to lift Puent up there easily enough.
That's good because I'm tired after lowering him down.
Yeah, so I'll climb up first. That is it's athletics, yes?
Yeah.
That's a 14.
All right, no worries.
That is a 1.
Oh no!
A nat.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All he had to do was say it, and it became true.
Self-killer!
The power of the Patreon Saints is strong. Oh my gosh.
And now I can use a command for that Nat1 too.
Oh, nice.
No,
I
I don't like that command. I like the other one better.
Ooh, all right. Alcibiades. So normally what would happen is you would have failed. You then get a dex check. But I have to say that with that Nat 1, you're going to have to roll a natural 21 to catch yourself. Otherwise.
And he's got disadvantage from Sally.
Oh, man.
So, because of that disadvantage, instead of a 2, it's a 1. It's double.
No.
Not 1.
Oh, God.
I wasn't expecting to type that command back to back.
Yeah.
They are displeased with you and only gave you a Nat 1.
2 of them.
You had.
Oh no, he just rolled the Moken.
Oh,
Yep, I just rolled the Moken.
No, you need one more to do the Moken.
Okay.
Oh man.
So I've just got the Moke, not the Moken.
Correct. You're right there.
So here's the reason why this happened. Is that you got almost all the way to the top. And that is when another giant happened to be walking by and went, "You're not Ed." And bang, crunches your fingers.
Oh.
Hey! Yeah, it's gonna sting.
Okay, now it's time to yeet the dwarf.
How many hit points did you have?
I had a grand total of 17.
Oh man, what's your and
My max is 32.
All right, so with the 1 giving you double damage, you just took 30.
Oh,
which brings you to negative what?
So wait. Because the app doesn't let me do that.
Well, you were at what? You were at. Sorry, you said you were at 17.
So negative 13.
And your constitution is what? 14. All right, sorry. What's
Constitution is also a 14. Yes.
All right. So I don't know if we're familiar entirely with how I do this. Hi, I'm Paul Garbanzo, and this is how I do this. So I honestly hate death saves. I think they're really boring. So this is how I roll. You can survive up until your constitution into the negatives. Why? Because I'm still mathy. That's right.
Is he anywhere close to me?
He will be.
I can do spare the dying.
So here's the thing. You're at negative 13.
Yes.
You can still be alive at negative 14. At negative 15, you are what we call completely dead. That's CD. That's a technical term.
So it's not mostly dead. He can't do blave. He's dead.
Yes. To be completely dead. And
we didn't get a chance to meet the Gambolini.
That's right. That's right. So here's what happens, though. You are at negative 14. So what you do, negative 13. Here's how I work this. You can be heroically conscious if you take basically the difference from your, so 14 is your constitution. The easiest way to do it is this. 14 is your constitution. You're at negative 13. That means you have to roll a 1 or less. Basically, it's like a reverse constitution save. So it is the only time that you want to roll So you want to roll low.
So-
So if you were at, let's say you were at 0, then you would roll a 14 or less, because it's based on your constitution, and you would actually still be conscious. Now, you would be completely beaten, battered, and bloody, but you would actually still be able to crawl away, or perhaps pull that final lever that saves the day, or whatever. But
Okay.
but if you fail that roll, you are unconscious because you just fell like 50 feet and splatted onto.
Yeah.
So
Anyone got Mab or someone on quick dial?
right.
Yeah. So here's where I hope to get the full milk in and roll another nat
Get another
one.
one.
Yeah, I did just get the full milk in, so
What?
yeah. So I'm still conscious as I land, but I'm imagining I'm just sort of laying there like,
Oh no, you still land on your feet.
oh yeah, cats always land on their feet.
Bam! Like, oh. So there you are. Suddenly, of course, Argrax and Pwent, you're standing there and you're like, you think he's made it to the top? And then you hear, ah! And suddenly, coming into view, a mere 20 feet above your head, blap! Oh! That must have broken something. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
I think I re-broke the ribs you just fixed, Gwen.
But what the heck is
And
the
the leg.
you rolling a nat 1 again to fix the problem that the nat 1 put you into?
Yeah, exactly.
Magic.
It's like the nat 1
wait,
just
I'm
moved
sorry.
away.
It's almost as if you just did some, I don't know, magic. Oh, very, very painful magic. All right.
Yeah.
I will tell you what. Argrax and Pwent, give me a perception check to see if you did hear the creature.
Perception.
Yeah, I think everything's fine.
He just
I got
slipped.
16.
16. All right. You did indeed hear a very short conversation between Alcibiades and some creature who then apparently slugged him or stomped on his feet or his paw. And you're not Ed. Ah!
Well, I guess we know who we sent down the river.
Ed. We knew
He
him
went
well.
down Pitch Creek without a paddle.
All right. Argrax, what do you got?
Well, I'm gonna take a moment and get my bearings because something crazy just happened, and Alcibiades is really, really hurt. So I'm gonna turn to Point. I think we need to fix our cat again.
So, just out of curiosity, because I did roll that one and I'm still conscious, am I able to cast a spell on myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sally. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Moran.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm actually, as I'm laying there, I'm just gonna go and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Good idea.
So is he close enough to me that I can reach out and actually touch him?
Oh yeah, he's right there. I mean, you're all right there in a little spot.
I cast
he's not
Cure
moving
Wounds
anywhere.
at 2nd level,
All right.
and he gets back 16 hit points.
All right.
Never give up, never surrender.
And how many hit points did he heal himself for?
11. So I'm at 27 now. So I'm
so
fine. I'm ready to make the climb again. Oh no,
Right,
wait,
you gave
because
him,
of the
you gave
negative.
him how much? Yeah, you were negative 13.
Right.
So
So 14, because
right.
so I have to do damage 13 in this. There we go. Okay. Yes, so I'm at 14 out of. And I need to hit the cast on that. And okay, yay, app is all good now.
Yeah, so if someone would stop trying to Triceratops, we could actually, maybe buy stuff at the potion shops we're at.
Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That was just a random Triceratops that showed up. I blame the druid that was there.
You got random Triceratops. Got random Triceratops. So anyway, random dinosaur. Ooh.
And then one shows up a couple of days later, too.
Dino sword. Oh, how come we've never done that before? Dino
Grimlock.
sword.
That's better than the cuttlefish sword.
Dino sword. Grimlock.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait. I gotta do this. Hold on.
Oh no, what's he getting? Drum roll.
Me, Grimlock. Me have sword.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh. Man. Stealth killer. All over it. All right. Okay, well, you got some hit points back. You're now not about to die horribly. But someone up there knows you're down here.
Guys, maybe we should rethink this plan. I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit. I'll
And
be
up
fine.
above you hear, Eddie! Eddie, where are you? Eddie!
Eddie's fine. We're all fine. You can just go away.
No, we're fine. It's all fine here.
We're
How
good.
are you?
We're sending down a team.
Negative.
No.
Gas leak, reactor leak, very bad.
Wow.
What's your identification number? Boom. Boring conversation anyway.
Thanks for taking that journey with me. That was great.
I can't tell you how many times I say that. I'm like, fine, how are you? And then someone says something, and then I go, blam, boring conversation anyway. And they're like, thanks, dick. No, not you. You're not a boring
So,
see,
People don't know.
Hansel
now,
is
it's like, if you didn't know that, then that just tells me about you even more. That I just have to go, boring conversation anyway.
Well, I was walking around and talking to one of the guys before, we got into the situation that we're in now where, most people are working from home or have to be home. And I'm walking from where I work in Philadelphia to the Patco to come across the bridge back to New Jersey where I live. And we're both Star Wars fans. And we were talking about Han shot first. And people just looked at us and went, no, you're wrong. It was Greedo. I'm like, oh, God. You watch the remakes.
Oh, no.
Okay, so speaking of Veterans Day, my brother's a veteran, and I had to ask him which they also cut this out of the remake. Did you remember in the Death Star they are 3CPO and R2D2 are in the control room, and then you think they're still there. Blah blah blah. The stormtroopers open the door, and then the stormtroopers come in the door, and one of them bangs his head. And they took that out. They took it out.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
I didn't
they did.
remember them taking
and I was
that
like,
out.
because it's one of my favorite things. It's like, oh my god, stormtrooper totally just don't, So
Yeah.
my brother, I was like, all right, how? Because I'm like, it's a helmet, right? Helmet's a little bit taller than you are, so you're not always. It's like even the most experienced will still bang their head on a door because they're like, up door, or low door, and so he's like, yeah. I was like, does that happen? Like, come on, it's got to happen. He's like, oh yeah, it happens all the time. I'm like, they should have just left it in there, but anyway.
Yeah. It definitely happens more often than you would think.
Yeah.
Han is just a rogue who made charisma his dump stat. Chewie is a barbarian that made charisma his best stat and chooses not to rage most of the time.
All right, so one last tangent, then we're gonna get back to this fight, or this whatever this is going to be. So a lot of times at the Ren Fair, as people ask me for directions, and I'll be like, oh, it's miles from here. Especially if it's on the other side of the fair, then I'm whatever fair I'm at. It doesn't matter what fair I'm at. I'm like, oh man, it's miles from here. First of all, that map's not to scale. Secondly, they didn't put the sand pit or there's a tundra and there's lava. I'm pretty sure there's lava. I don't know. But usually like, oh hey, where's the joust? And I, as someone who occasionally has shows during the joust where everyone goes to the joust. That's just a thing. And so I'm always like, oh, the joust, taking my people. And so someone will be like, hey, where's the joust? I'm like, I go, you'll never make it. And they're like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's over there, but you'll never make it. And they're like, what? Yeah. And if they leave, I'll go, as they get far enough away, I'll go, your tauntaun will freeze before you reach the first marker. And I would say like one time out of maybe, I'm going to say maybe like 15, they'll turn around and go, then I'll see you in hell. And then they'll like, and ride off on their tauntaun, which of course I'm like, I love you. And then it takes a very everyone the smaller percentage of people who will turn around and go, I know. And then, and I'm like, yes, no, but now I really do love you.
So you're wide of in the show of make a joke, smaller percentage. You're the one who that explodes.
Yes, it's so beautiful. So I'm like, I give you 2 opportunities to be Han Solo. Come on.
If you
Always
can't
be
be Han
Han
Solo,
Solo.
be Augustus.
Right. Or Batman. All right. Well, the creature up top is yelling. Eddie went up the creek without his paddle. He sure did. He had his club, but no. Eddie, where are you? Are you down there? I dropped big rock on these people.
No, Big Rock. That's
Ed,
fine.
is that you?
What do you yell?
Ed, is that you?
Give me a persuasion check.
The Giants are Ed, and Eddie.
Where I was going. 14.
All right. You hear a brief pause. No, you, Eddie.
No, you Ed.
Ed not here.
Where'd Ed
And who
go?
are you?
Yeah, I don't have a name for him. Hang on.
Mind you, I'm trying to pull the same thing I did with the Sahagwan language. Because,
Right.
if we're not fighting, and I got time to spare, I'm sipping my ale.
Stealth Killer decided his name is Bob.
Bob. His name is Bob. All right, Ed
What
and
about
Bob.
Bob?
No, me, Bob. Where Eddie?
Eddie go down river. He said he need Ed help.
He went for a swim.
Okay, I drop rock.
No, he
Ed.
said not drop rock.
Give me another persuasion roll.
Come on. Saints, help. Anyone?
11.
All right. Ah. You hear a brief pause. And then a big rock.
I'm rolling. Nope, too late.
All right, everybody give me a dex save.
I mean, hell, we knew the rock was coming in advance, so we should be able to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You did not roll another one.
Apparently, because I was just laying on the ground. I was not being very dexterous, and
I'm the guy who has no dex bonus and gets a 16.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, laying on the ground as a giant rock is coming down is not good.
Oh man. I'm so sorry. Well, Argrax and Pwent, you step aside as you kind of are watching like where it's gonna go, and you're like, you look at Alcibiades.
I'm just lying there like, oh, it hurts.
Now, it's not the biggest rock in the world, but it is still 12 damage. Oh shoot, you rolled a 1.
So, 24. Okay, wait. So now I'm at. So wait, you said it was 12.
It's 24.
It's 24 points of damage.
Where are you back? You're like a yo-yo.
He's negative again.
So I am at negative 11.
All right. So once again, so 14 minus 11. If you can roll a 3 or less, then you're still conscious. Otherwise, you have been knocked out by a large rock that's probably landed on your head.
Nat 1.
It's the one time you roll a natural 21. No,
you called it. Yep. Yeah, that's when I rolled a nat 21. Instead of, what I was trying to if so, I want to use it
used
for
all your
damage.
stuff already.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you used up all your stuff.
Yeah, he's used up everything. The only thing he can do is points.
Yeah, I think he used all the stuff that he could buy points with. He should be sold out in the shop.
Oh my god. Whew. So you're like, I mean, it. At first, Argrax Pwent, you're pretty sure he's dead. You're just like, there's no way. There's no way. He didn't even move. Like it's like that. It's like if you ever seen somebody get punched and they're like, that guy is unconscious before he hit the ground. He's just like,
basically, he's laying there like Han and Carbonite.
Yeah, it just wham, and you're like, oh, he didn't even like struggle or wiggle or anything. He just wham.
Hey, Point, how many lives does this cat have left anyways?
He's lost a lot.
I think I'm down to like only 2 or 3 left.
It just should be like, oh, rock. All right. Well, you hear Bob say, "Oh, good splat sound." Ha 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 ha. Cat go splat. Ha ha. Cat splat.
It was definitely a catastrophe.
Yes.
Oh. All right. Well, Argrax Puent, you're standing there a little covered in blood. I mean, you can't get a rock dropped on you from 50 feet, a very large rock, and not get a little splat. Oh, ooh, they're not good.
Yes, it is cataclysmic.
What kind of
Yeah.
cat are you? I think he's a
No.
catastrophe.
No, he's catatonic.
I'm not one of those Siamese cats with the smushed in face.
Well, right now you're
Persian.
catatonic.
Ah!
Alcibiades has now been turned into Grumpy Cat.
He wasn't a grumpy cat. He was an unconscious cat. All right. Well, what do? You're standing there. Argrax, Puent. You're kind of like, whoa. You hear the creature above you laughing.
Can I see the creature above me?
No, sadly, it's all fog. So
Remember,
neither
it's
can
under dim.
Yes, neither can he see you. So, fortunately, you do get the feeling that he doesn't know how many of you there are.
I'm looking at the ground. How many are there? Any decent size stones around?
I mean,
Well, there's this
one
one sitting on
Alcibiades right now.
No, I don't mean boulders. I mean something that's easy enough for me to kind of toss and make plunking noises at the bank of the.
The one that actually landed on Alcibiades is not huge. I mean, it's bigger than his head, but it's like, and it probably weighs like a good, as a dwarf, you'd probably know it probably weighed about 120 pounds. So it's it's a good sized rock, but you could probably pick it up. I mean, you could definitely pick up 120 pounds. And
no, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm looking at the ground specifically for something about yay big.
Well, we're on a riverbank, so there's rocks and stones all over the place. Take your pick.
Yeah,
because I'm going to take a bunch of them and I'm just going to start tossing them at where the riverbank meets or the stream bank meets the water to make splashing sounds like steps.
Okay.
Hoping that if I make this person think that there's a bunch more of us than there really are, they might run.
Ah. Okay. All right. Give me a what is it? It's like a give me a deception roll. But how about do you have you have a wisdom bonus? Add your wisdom bonus to deception roll. Because this is more of a smartsy deception than a charismatic deception.
That would be a 19.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, you're giving, you're like, Argrax, get me, and you're like, sploosh, 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 one over there, one over there. Silence from above. Eddie, is that you?
Is it echoey down here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a stone ravine, yeah.
All right. I'm going to do a little dragon roar. How about?
All right. Give me
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yep. crit +5 on top of it.
Dang.
Because charisma, I'm +5.
Nice. You're like you just the perfect, beautiful roar. And you hear it. It had started to come down the wall. And you hear it scrambling back up.
It's
And
like
that's
a
all you hear.
great dragon.
Yeah. All right. What do? You have seemingly scared it off.
I think we need to fix our damn cat again. Mayhaps we can look for a little bit of a shelter down here and maybe get a rest to help him heal and recover.
Well, on this side of the river, there is a little bit more area. There's a bit of a carved out area. This looks like perhaps some sort of like fishing spot where they've been grabbing fish. And you look over, there is a setup or a big stone slab, and you realize that the fish that come out of this river must be 5 or 6 feet, because there are bones, where they've flayed them, and you're like, oh, whoa, holy moly! Like maybe there's probably even a couple of fish heads, but they probably eat all of them. They probably don't waste any of the animal. But and you realize that they're not all like fish that you would know. They have very strange bones, very strange shapes. You're like, and ain't no catfish I ever heard of. But there is an area there that you can hide underneath the actual cliff face. They've carved out a little area. Must be like a spot for if you're gonna go fishing. Why climb back up and down? Why not just sleep here, rest there? So there is a bit of an area that easily you have access to. All right. How long do you rest?
What type of rest would you need? I know you guys don't get as much back as I do on a short, but I haven't expended anything.
He would need a full long rest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he's still unconscious.
Like
I'm
we're
still,
dragging him over to this place.
Yeah,
Because even if I healed him, I'm gonna have to expend a lot of my spells just to get him to the point where he can move. So I would just be like, okay, we'll move the rock, spare the dying so he stabilizes, and then we can move him.
Why don't I think that's a good idea?
Because we're not doing it.
Just dip him in the water. All right. So, using any spells to get him back up, or
like I said, I'm going to cast Spare the Dying to stabilize him,
right, mm-hmm.
And then carry him over because he's not going to be an issue for me to carry.
All right. Yeah, it's just like right over on the other side. Easy enough.
But I've got a 14 strength, and I'm nowhere near encumbered.
Right. All right. Grand.
Well, point goes in, I will do some fishing and get some food prepared for us.
All right.
Or we can also maybe dry some out and pack some away for provisions if need be.
The drying part is a bit difficult. There is no dry here, only wet. But I mean, I guess if you can cast cantrip on fire, you can
Well, I do have firebolt, so
Sure.
I can use that to start a little fire and then dry some off on a hot rock that's next to the fire. Make fish jerky.
There you go. Yep. All right. Yeah, what happens to parts of you that once you healed, like use a heal spell? Did anybody ever think about that? Like, like if you lost a chunk of you and then just got healed, like, do you need that chunk, or is that chunk like, I don't know. I think it gets weird. All right. So, So you're there underneath the cliff in this little area for fishing. And just you Argrax, you are large, so I mean you do actually fish like a 4-foot long eel fish.
And I got the trident, so
Oh yeah, there you go. There are lots of large fish in here, and waiting long enough and maybe throwing a little bit of bait out there. One swings by, bam, you nail it with the trident, yoink it in. It is rather big. Like I said, it's a 4-foot long fish, but you get it, no problems. And all right, so how long of a rest?
I guess we'll go ahead for a long rest, and I will keep watch and be observant because I've expended nothing, so I can do light activity and whatnot during this rest.
All right.
No, we can split off the rest watch.
I mean, this just barely puts us a little into the afternoon now because we started off in the morning. And it wasn't long before we had these.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I mean, time-wise, time is odd here, but no one comes down the ravine, nobody, nothing. So, actually, yeah, actually, during that time, so you guys are in that little alcove off to the side, and wow, 3 of these large, strange giants, all with twisted, different humps and lumps, strangely formed in different odd ways. Actually, they clearly came down from the other side of the river. They crossed the river, and in that fog, they walked right by and started heading up the chasm, which is going to be really funny because so you're like, oh, let's get really quiet. And then you hear a solid thump and
Yes, wallop your own giants.
Yep. Oh man. All right, and then you hear the giant fall, take out the other 2 on as they were all 3 were going up at the same time, not expecting anything bad to happen. They get walloped. The top one gets to the very top, gets clobbered, falls, takes out the other 2. All 3 of them fall, and 2 splash into the river and go downstream. The one on the bottom, the one that fell the shortest distance, lands on the ground, clearly hurting, and but still alive. And then a large rock falls near him. And then another one. And it just misses him. Oh, and then he failed his save. And and took an awful lot of damage as a large rock, apparently a couple of hours that have been passing by, they've been gathering rocks, good sized, good chunky rocks that a giant can chunk down on you, and and totally walloped all of them.
So were they attacked by their people up top because they thought it was us coming up?
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe they just got in a walloping mood.
Maybe they got really scared by that natural 21 and they totally were like,
they had no idea what actually is at the bottom. So I guess it's a good thing we took cover.
yeah.
So
they drop a bunch of rocks, and eventually they stop, and it's pretty quiet.
So the one is still is just barely conscious still.
He was until he totally failed to save and got nailed by a very large rock.
So,
all right.
by the way, Argrax.
By my count, we're now gotten rid of 4 giants.
Yep.
So not bad for us. Not really doing anything yet.
Yeah. So, by the way, Argrax, you have your roar. I have mine. If we try and do them at the same time and get that whole reverberation thing going up there, maybe we can scare them away even more and, maybe be able to climb up. Make them think there's something really big and angry down here.
Well, how far into our rest period did this episode happen?
This is halfway through.
Okay. So you're still resting. I mean, you might be, kind of awake-ish.
Hopefully, I don't snore.
So yeah, this is only halfway through. I'm just, been keeping watch and making sure that you guys stayed still when I heard the giants come across. Were they saying anything or whatnot as they were coming down and going across and trying to go back up?
No, they were just talking amongst themselves. Just like, oh yeah. And by the way, Toph is still there. He just has been hiding literally this whole time, and he flies back over. And he's like, "Well, that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool." And actually, it is 6 hours in. I forgot there was 2 more hours. I rolled the other one before, so almost to the end of an 8-hour rest. All right. What do you do?
Oh man.
All right. I know we just took a long rest, but I don't want to move yet because those rocks hurt. It's true what they say, sticks and stones break bones. Let's take another long rest.
So, Toph.
Yes.
Any chance you can sneak up top and maybe take a look around quickly?
I mean,
and then zoom right back out?
I guess.
I mean, since you can fly, you don't have to go directly up this way where we know that they have been camping out. You can go down that way a little bit, and then go up and try to, kind of go around the backside just to take a look and see what it looks like up there. Because they're looking down over, so they're not going to be looking behind them.
Give me just a persuasion check.
Am I? Oh, okay. It's charisma based, so that is a 17.
All right. He's like, okay.
The sooner we can get up there and get your people back home, the better it is for all of us.
All right, I'm going, but if I'm not back in like 5 minutes, you better come get me. And he like boom, shoots over, and you sit there. It's silent up top. It's like you guys didn't like do a roar thing, team up thing right now. You guys have been quiet. All right. Minute goes by. Another minute goes by. 3 minutes. And the little blue fairy zooms back down. He goes, so there's 2 of them up top, and they're trying to decide what to do now. They're not sure if it's a trap, and they're either they couldn't figure out what to do. Right? Sat there and listened to them argue back and forth for a minute, but then I just couldn't listen anymore. So they're worried that whatever it was is still there, and one of them is, and the other one's like, just drop more rocks on it, and then, which they have a few rocks ready to go. But yeah.
Okay, so at least we know if we try to go up there, there's a chance they can spot us or hear us.
I will say I've never seen them scared. This is the first time I've ever seen them scared like this. It was beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like a trash bag blowing in the wind.
Okay.
American Beauty, anyone? No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know that one.
It's trash bag blowing in the wind. It's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Anyway, not important.
I was waiting for you to at least give the precursor of the roses.
Right. Right. All right. So he's like, yeah, I've never seen him scared like that. That's amazing. Amazing.
All right. And how tall is this side?
It's about 60 feet total.
Okay.
I'm not climbing up there first this time. Someone else goes first.
Damn. All right, that won't work. I was hoping it would, but if it wasn't so freaking underdim.
Yeah.
The underdim.
If it wasn't for the underdim, I'd climb halfway up and Misty Step.
Oh.
But I need to be able to see where I'm going.
Right.
Because that would be super sneaky.
That would be cool.
Alrighty, so all right, we're still at hours 6 to 8 right now.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just read that as welcome to Thunderdome, like the Thunderdome.
The underdim. Yes. The underdim.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
Yes. It's almost like Thunderdome, but it's Thundrim.
Thunderdome.
Thundrim. Ah, yes, a good dwarven place. Anywho, all right, so
all right, since they're still in their thing. I'm going to, since we just heard that they're still scary, I'm going to put out another dragon roar,
All right.
and I get a 24 this time.
But not a natural 21.
No, I hit that 19 plus the 5, so just barely missed that one again.
All right. How about you, Alcibiades?
So I don't know if you want me to roll to do it, because for my daunting roar ability, it's any creatures within of my choice within 10 feet, 10
10
feet
feet,
of
okay.
me have to make they have to make a DC 12 save. So I don't know if you want me to.
That doesn't reach the guys up top, and he's technically still resting. So an action like that would probably be beyond him.
Yeah.
Ah! Right.
I was thinking about launching a couple of my Hail of Thorns spells up, and arrow landmines.
So you give a roar. You get the all right, what you think is probably the right position to make your voice as echoey as possible, and you give a brilliant roar. What do you do right after that?
Well, I'm going to step back underneath our cover just in case they decide they want to try to lob a volley of stones and Rocco's down.
They definitely do, and but give me a Tima, give me a perception check.
All right. That is a 20.
Okay, so you give the great roar, you zip back underneath, and you see again, because it's foggy and you can't see everything. It sure does seem like they are just Hail Mary passing this. Like I'm just gonna chuck rocks, and maybe it could be over there, it could be over here. I don't know. Because a rock lands over there, a rock lands over here, a rock lands like right in front of you, rock lands over there, splashes in the water. They are just spraying and praying, clearly. And then as suddenly as it started, it stops. And back to the sound of the rushing river, the swirl of the mist.
Is this still during the rest time, or
We
that
have
you did this?
about to the end of the rest period.
So I'd be able to peek my head out and yell, "You throw like a halfling."
No, I'm going to smack him back. I've had enough with Aguilar doing stupid crap.
Aguilar's not here right now, so someone else has to do it.
Exactly. And you've been almost dead twice and unconscious, so you've got no...
Very nearly dead.
About. That didn't happen.
I mean, you was almost,
I was just taking a nap. Yeah.
He's got at least 5 lives left.
That was just a cat nap.
So I can't believe how close you were to just being straight up killed. Like,
yeah,
literally. I mean, I could have rolled. Like the dice were like not terrible. It was probably above 50% damage. It could have been way worse, and it would have been doubled. Like, it only had to be 4 more toast. All right, but here we are.
How many rocks did you recall seeing up there? Do you think they've got them all thrown now?
He does a quick. He's like, they did seem to throw quite a few of them. I can't imagine that they have any good ones left.
They still have clubs, presumably. Those clubs hurt.
I could go. Ooh, is he that brave? Yeah, I can go find out.
Well, I mean, I just put out another roar. He was already pumped that they were scared before, and now they're noticeably more scared now. So I'm sure everyone else here is probably feeling a little pumped up at what I've been doing here.
I go find out if you want.
I would be much appreciated, my little friend.
All right, he zooms off, and a minute later he comes back and he goes, now they're just arguing of what they're going to do next. And they are scared.
So, about how far back from the ledge are they? And can you like help guide me to about where, like, down here I'd be in line with where they are?
He goes, well, they're probably a good right where they were standing was probably and he's like, okay, so I'm this big, and he's like, so maybe 30 of me from the edge.
Okay. So I'd like to. I know this is going to be difficult, but using those measurements.
I see where you're going. Hold on, and I'm with you on it. But maybe since they're clearly arguing right now, if I can try to get up there as well, launch a dual assault on them while they're arguing and unexpecting it, and they're definitely out of ammo right now.
So I'm just trying to get them to run away so that we can sneak into the village and we don't have to fight our way into the village. Because all we need is the stone and the prisoners. So if we can try and scare them away.
Yeah, but I don't think a couple of arrows is just going to scare them off.
It's not just a couple arrows, though. It's a hail of thorns, which is
hail of thorns,
arrow, landmine.
I can get up there and get Puent up there with me, maybe, and you launch that attack from down below while we unleash holy hell all at the same time.
Yeah.
Now's the best time. They're distracted.
I could.
Tom goes, and I'll fly up there and stab him with my spear right in the eye.
I mean, Tom is pumped up for a fight, and we didn't even be with us for.
I mean, if anyone,
I was hiding under a mushroom. Sorry.
If people are climbing up, then we should probably all climb up, and that way I can actually see where I'm shooting.
All right. Well, I want to start climbing up.
All right.
Because now seems to be the best time to try to do any of that.
Puent, what are you going to do?
I'm going to climb up the best I can.
Right. All right.
Yeah, I'll climb up also behind Puent. That way I can sort of help support him.
All right. But now that you've had a lot of experience on this particular wall, it's a little bit easier for you, Alcibiades. Once again, Argrax, you're practically there unless you're being attacked. Puent, sadly, this is just difficult. So, how about some rolls? Athletics.
Yay, me.
Now, this is where we need some help because it'd be really nice if we could get up there quietly.
So how many rolls do I have to do in total, Paolo?
Just 2.
Athletics. Woo, 23.
All right.
And 21.
That will not only do it, but that will be stealthy as you go. You
Was that a
found.
non-natural?
I think it was unnatural 21.
Yeah, it was unnatural.
And Twent, because those were both over 20, if you descend that side or go up that side again, it will actually, you actually know a way there. So you're like, oh yeah, I can just go here. So you don't actually have to roll next time.
It's like left hand blue rock, right foot
Right.
yellow peg.
Right.
Exactly.
Left foot slippery, right? No. All right.
Right foot slip to go to left hand here.
So Argrax, you were going first, and then now you are right on the. Oh, right. So, are you gonna use Misty Step? What you gonna do?
So is everyone else up behind me?
You're going last.
So Argrax, Twent, me.
So I'm the first one up onto the.
Yeah.
So they're still climbing technically right now.
Yeah, they're still behind you.
Okay. All right. Can I see, or well, I don't know if can I see where the giants are at from my current position?
They are currently right on the edge of the mist, and they actually, one of them has the other one and is going, "We're gonna die. Don't you get it, man? Whatever's down there is gonna kill us all."
Oh, that would be the perfect opportunity right there.
Yes, I will Misty Step behind them.
All right. All right. And Puent, you make it up a little bit more difficultly, but as quietly as you possibly can. You roll up onto the edge. All right. Whew. All right. And Alcibiades, you're behind him, and you get on up there as well. Just give me one last roll for kind of a stealth roll.
That is a 22.
All right. So easy enough once you get to the top there to just quietly get there. And all right. So Argrax, you've Misty stepped behind him. Alcibiades and Puent, you're standing there on the edge of the cliff now, and Tomf is up there with his spear, like ready to roll. Argrax has disappeared into the mists. Poof. And the two giants are standing there, and he's like, "Grog and Nas and Zobo, they never even came back from patrol. They're gone, man. They're gone. Whatever did, they ate them. Don't you get it? There's something out there."
So the one that's shaking, going, "Don't you get it? We're all gonna die." I'm going to do a essentially frag grenade arrow of the Hail of Thorns. Everyone within 10 feet. So I rolled it to hit on him.
Right.
And him and everyone within 10 feet does a dex save of DC 13.
Okay.
Or takes D10 points of damage. So he. Oh, yay. So to hit.
Oh, nicely done.
He's right. They are all gonna die. Now that does not double the spell damage too, correct?
No. If it's to hit, it just does whatever the
Okay.
whatever you just hit.
So the arrow itself deals 20 points of damage to him.
Whew. All right.
And then yay for rolling both max damages. The Hail of Thorns spell on him and everyone else there deals 10 or save for half.
All right. Well, Bob, whom you hit, right? Because I was Bob, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Bob takes the 20 and the 10. His buddy actually made a save, so only takes 5. As Bob just gets lit up. Ah! All right. Argrax, is there anything you want to do while you're there?
Oh,
As you-
yes.
As you
Because
see him get.
I'm in a completely different direction from where this attack came.
Yes.
I'm going to creep up just a little bit. I'm going to let out a snarl, and then I'm going to use my breath attack.
Oh, nice. All right. So yeah, they're like, they catch it from the side, and then it explodes. Thorns all over the place. Yeah. And then you just step up. What's the DC?
It is, let me flip back. I believe it's a 12.
Huh,
Yep.
All right.
Dex 12.
Bob taking the brunt of the damage, rolling a 7. Stove takes saves, so he only takes half. All right, what's the damage?
All right. It is only 4 damage.
All right. No. And then half of that. Okay.
I
Yep.
just realized I've been forgetting about the fire and ice arrows that we got back at Magecroft. I've been forgetting about those.
Now would be a good time. Maybe. Quent.
Yep. So
So
at least I got a little bit of acid.
who looks like they might be the one just in charge of everything for this attack that I can see, if possible?
Well, there's just the two. The one that grabbed the other one was like, "We're gonna die, man. We're gonna die. Game over, man. Game over." And that guy has taken a severe amount of damage. The other one didn't take quite as much.
So I'm
less than
aiming
half
at
of
the
that.
other one,
Okay.
and that is my roll
Oh.
with Guiding Bolt, cast at 2nd level.
Oh man. All right.
Again, thank
And-
you for those dice.
Amazing. It's not a save. You just rolled a hit on that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. What's the damage?
Okay, just rolling. That is 20,
Dang.
and
Is
that's
that
not double.
20 and then doubled.
So it's
So
40
40.
crit.
Holy moly!
Oh, and until the end of my next turn, attacks on that one get advantage
Get advantage, right? All right. Oh my gosh.
because he now has a dim light around him from that guiding bolt.
All right. Tom
Yep. Because
zooms over.
right now.
Oh gosh, who is he gonna hit? Is he
Well,
gonna,
the underdimmed and the underdim gets advantage to hit against.
right. Tom zooms in, and he was about to go for Bob, but then suddenly Stove gets clobbered with a glow around him, and Tom just can't resist. And so, does everyone get advantage on him, or just you?
Should be anybody because the wording is
It's a good thing he had
the
advantage
next
because he
attack
rolled a
roll
1.
made against the target
All right.
before the end of my turn gets advantage.
All right, well, that would be Tom, and he rolled a 16 because his other roll was a 1. So, thank goodness.
Oh,
Taking the 16, comes in, stabs. Oh, maximum damage. Roll the 6. And so that's actually a 7 total, which is a hell of a lot of damage for a pixie. So
Yes, it is.
he stabbed him right in the eye.
Which one? One of the shoulder ones, or
Yeah, one of his shoulder eyes. Ah! Take that, you mother. God.
That eye is looking at that pixie going, fuck.
Yeah.
so petition to adopt Tom into the group, because who doesn't want a pixie berserker in the group?
Right. All right. Well, let's go one more round. It's a little past 9 right now. I know some people have to go, but so we're gonna do one more round of combat, and you might actually, you guys did a lot of damage. You might actually be able to. It might end this round. Let's find out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know what spell I'm casting.
So
It's gonna
Bob flips out, and oh man.
Oh, they gotta be. They probably need new pants.
Bob is.
They're wearing
actually,
the brown pants today.
Let me see.
They are now.
Honest goodness roll. So let's see. Oh wait, I need 8-sider. Where are you, 8-sider? I can never find my 8-siders. I'll use that one. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and go around that way. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, so Argrax, he's like, bam, 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 and even though you just hit him with your breath weapon, he takes so much damage from the opposite direction that he's running blindly straight towards you. Stove, however, looks around and tries to grab the pixie. Let's see. That's going to be a grapple, but the pixie... Oh, no! Pixie rolls a 1. Oh!
No!
No!
Save Tom!
Yeah! And, he tries to throw the pixie on the ground and smash him. Oh, he rolls a 19. Oh, shoot. And the pixie dex save gets a 4.
Oh, no.
Oh. And wallops. His giant foot, you just see the... Yeah!
Don't think Tom is saved.
No, Tom.
Alcibiades, what do? He just boom, puts his foot down, kind of grinds it a little bit. Oh man, there was a series of bad rolls.
I still have advantage on him, right?
Yeah, until the next, till Puent's next go. So yes, you still have advantage.
That's good because the one die rolled that. The other die rolled. Wait, where?
Oh my god!
Okay, this die is the good one. This die goes in the shame corner. So.
You keep that die for when you need 13, the full Moken.
15.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we count both of them for the counters just because they were rolled, even though they're not actually used?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So 8, 15. So that is 36 points of damage.
Holy moly. And that was to the one that
had the guiding bolt.
Yeah, right. 36?
Yeah.
That is exactly. You had 54, 36. That's a 90. Bam! Garg! And he goes down.
And I just yell out, for Tom! Boom!
Cleric!
He falls over and you see on the bottom of his foot, you see Tom.
No!
All right. Argrax, what do you do?
I'm casting Toll the Dead.
All right.
It is a Wisdom 13.
Mm-hmm. No. And roll the 8. That's an 8 because they ain't got no bonus on wisdom. So
Beautiful. And I'm pretty darn sure that target's missing some of any of its hit points. So instead of 1d8 necrotic, it's taking 1d12 necrotic.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
So I need that die there and roll.
that doesn't look like a happy roll.
For one.
No. Of necrotic. All right.
One necrotic.
All right. Putting the smarts on him there.
Well, watch for these are assembled weird. They actually heal.
His
from
elbow
necrotic.
nose falls right off. Dunk. No.
I was really hoping that would have gone off a whole lot better. I mean, it's Toll the
Yeah.
Dead.
And he's the one going, "Game over. We're all gonna die, man."
Ah, my nose! His nose falls off. No, not my nose. I only have 2 other noses. All right, Gwent.
So the other one's down now, right?
The other one is down.
I'm spinning in pure anger because of what I just saw happen to Tom. So it's
Great,
I'm
Glenn.
casting guiding bolt again. It's not powered up because it's just rage to send it.
All right. Oh, wait, you get this one. Pow, 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 pow.
And
Pow,
that's a 20.
Nice. Oh, that totally hits, yeah. No.
And the dice like me today because that is 21 points of damage.
Nice. All right. Blam, 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 blam. You shoot him in the back. Pow, 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 pow.
And
pow.
there's advantage on him again.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, all right. If you guys are still up for it, we'll do one more round.
We'll finish. Yeah, we'll finish the combat.
For Tom.
So Bob is gonna come at you, Argrax. He's gonna try to he's just gonna try to punch you. And he rolls a 2 and fails horribly. It is still 2. Which could have been a 21, but it was a 2. So he comes at you and he's like, swinging wildly. What are you? What even are you? I guess he's never seen a Dragonborn before. I don't know. All right.
At least on 1 damage to me.
Oh, well, I can always have him attack again. It actually does have a bonus action.
Action surge.
Because I can get the free attack off of Hellish Rebuke.
What's your armor class?
12.
Oh, really? Because he just actually barely hit you by rolling an 8. He just hits you with a nice solid kick, though.
Yeah, because I'm only light armor, so just 12 for me.
8 damage as his misshapen foot kicks you right in the shin, but a giant foot. So it's like, jeez Louise. Like, that's pretty painful.
All right. I am reacting with Hellish Rebuke. Dex 13.
Right. No, this time rolls a 17. Actually has a...
Oh, as well, it's half damage.
All right.
So, let's see here. So it is. Okay, so It is cast at second level.
Mhm.
So that is 3d10. So my total roll is 11. So half for a successful save.
All right.
And it's
All right. Oh, my foot, my toe. Oh, God, you're a monster. Ah.
I snarl at him again.
Ah. All right. Alcibiades.
And okay, so he got hit with guiding bolt, so advantage yet again. That means roll both of them. Why? Like, okay, no, because yet again, thank you, advantage.
Wow, the odds of that are insane.
I know.
Holy moly.
So that's 11, 13, 26 points of damage. And it
Oh my
happened
gosh.
twice because of advantage.
All right. Wow, it just rips into him. Ah, God, what is going on?
The
all right.
monsters have come to play.
All right, Argrax, it is actually your go now, and he goes down. The creature goes down to one knee, lashes out at you again. What do you do?
Let's see. I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
All right.
That is a 12.
That just hits, as they have no armor.
Whew. Thank God for a +5 modifier.
Right?
And that will be 6.
All right. You only needed 3. He was at
With crackle energy. Force damage.
And he goes down. Ugh.
He's just getting blasted with force damage from all sides.
Yeah. Little spinning tornado move as he goes downward. Gwent!
I'm going over to Tomp,
All right.
see if there's any chance I might be able to revive him.
What do you have? Heal?
Yeah, I can cure wounds.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's got all his abilities back from the rest.
He is at
Well, I have
negative.
used spells.
He's at negative 10 hit points right now. And if you can heal him, then he won't keep taking damage. So
I mean, I have 2 spell slots left that I can also cast Cure Wounds.
He's at 0 hit points.
all right.
I
That
heal
is
him
enough.
for 10.
That is enough to save his life. His little squishy life. Ow!
And then I do a little, the Father, the jump in the Holy Coast, praise Joss's prayer over him.
He collapses to the ground. Oh, I think I broke my spear. And passes out. All right, well, my friends, we're going to end it right there.
I think
As
I have
you
a dagger I
successfully
can give him as a.
Beat several giants. Oh, man. I was.
I let the giants beat themselves up.
That's right. Always just
Can
let
we
them make their
Can we
mistakes.
loot giants real quick?
Can you what?
Can we loot real quick if there's anything?
They don't really have.
Far ahead of giants.
I mean, you could take their heads, but they don't really have like anything really going on there.
So
There is a shrine that is exactly like the one you saw on the pixie side of this place, but inside comes a green glow from a large gem sitting in the center on the plinth. Ooh, ah. Sorry, wait. It makes a sound.
What, dinner's ready?
Right. And then laser beam right through you. All right, and we're gonna end it right there, my friends. As you approach the shrine.
So I actually have an extra dagger that I'm gonna gift to Tom as a. For him, it would actually probably be a long
Like a
sword.
two-handed sword.
Yeah.
Yes!
Like, all right, you broke your spear, but you fought bravely, so you get this metal for you great sword.
All right. Like, this is awesome. He starts making lightsaber sounds. All right. Well,
The pixies.
I hope you had a great time. Everybody watching in, thank you for joining in and throwing your pluses, your minuses, your crazy chaos to the game. It's part of why we play, to have a great time. And our next Patreon game will be in December. And but next week coming up, we have the Haiku wrap up on Sunday night at 8 p.m. with Romulus, and then Tuesday night we have our second game for the new season, and we're just gonna keep rolling. Let's see, Adamo Ignis is gonna be at the Louisiana Renaissance Fair this coming weekend, and what else? I'm headed down to Texas right after this. So we'll see you at the fair. And thanks everybody again for joining in. Have a great night. This has been Nat21. When a natural 20 just won't do, you need a Nat21.